Got cruiserweights stepping in now for an 8-round get-together. Keith McKnight and Mike Devito, or 6 rounds, excuse me. And to introduce the fighters, let's go to the center of the ring and Jimmy Lennon Jr.
All right, fans, here we go. This bout coming away scheduled 6 rounds of boxing. At this time, we introduce to you the referee in charge of this bout. He will be giving instructions, Lou Filippo. Introducing you first on my left, finding out of the red corner, entering the ring wearing blue trunks with white trim, fighting out of Laverne, Tennessee. He weighed in at 195 1/2 pounds with a fine record of 18 wins, no losses, 12 wins coming by way of knockout. Welcome the undefeated Keith McKnight. And his opponent across the ring. On my right, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black trunks with gold trim. He is hailing from Cleveland, Ohio, with a weight of 219 pounds. His record, 11 wins, 10 losses, 2 draws, with 8 wins coming by way of knockout. Introducing Mike Devito.
Okay, you both had your instruction in the dressing room. Let's have a good, clean fight. Shake hands, that's it. Let's go.
Well, a whole lot of staring going on out there as the big guy, 6'6", Steve McKnight, tried to stare down this fella, Mike Devito. 6'6" to 6 feet, 195 1/2 pounds, the undefeated McKnight. 219 for Devito. And look at the age difference, 11 years. McKnight's only 22, Devito 33. And he has a 5-inch reach, McKnight does, on the shorter, heavier Devito. McKnight came bouncing into this ring like he just discovered the mother lode.
Devito
good looking
again also, but only because he's got quite an ample belly there.
Devito does look to be just a tad past the cruiserweight limit. And McKnight hit him with 3 or 4 solid shots that had him backing up and covering him. McKnight is 6'6". One would assume that he could easily put on 15 or 20 pounds, Rich. He's only 18. Devito says, Chuck, you hit me 3 or 4 solid shots there.
Is that all you got? Devito knows what a good hard punch is because he's been knocked out in 6 of his last 8 fights.
That's a record of 11, 10, and 2. The youngster McKnight is 18 and 0. 12 knockouts. In Laverne, Tennessee, oh boy. Hit Devito right in the breadbasket.
That's the place to go. He hasn't been turning down any burgers lately. Do like the trendy bicycle pants on the mic tonight.
Yeah. McKnight, unless Devito catches lightning in a bottle, looks as though he's going to pretty much have his way with things tonight. Taller and quicker.
Devito actually has been in with some tough guys. He may not have beaten him, but he actually fought Bobby Chaz in a fight, and he fought IBF champion Alfred Ice Cole in a fight, so he knows what it is to get in there with good competition.
I would imagine those 2 are listed under those 10 losses, I would think.
What was your first clue?
Well, McKnight hit him with everything except his press slipping, and Devito's still there. Round 1 scheduled for 6. I don't think Devito's thrown a punch of substance here, has he, in this fight yet? Picks up the jab, misses with the right.
Okay, got it. That's one. Scored a pretty good flurry in the very first 30 seconds of the fight. Come back pretty good, too. Let the publicity director notes here at the forum, John Beirudi, honest John Beirudi, said, talking about McKnight, in his last start, he knocked out some guy named Lopez. Don't call me Fibber, McGee.
9 seconds remain here in round number 1. McKnight, pretty good shot to the midsection. We'll be back with round 2 in a moment. Don't show me. Scheduled for 6, out they come for round 2. That's McKnight in the dark blue trimmed in white, and Devito in the multicolored uniform, black trunks and a Pittsburgh Steelers stripe down the side, and the bicycle trunks. As much you brought up Beirути and Don't Call Me Fibber McGee, he also alludes to Devito as opponent for hire. I think that's a nice phrase, catchy, as he fights everywhere, but apparently in his native Cleveland. He goes on the road.
Well, he got off actually, you know, and he looks a little funny in there with that gut of his right now, but he got off to a pretty good start in his career, Tom. He was 11-2-1, not bad, and that got him the fight with Bobby Chaz, and Chaz took care of him, and it's been strictly downhill and nothing but losses since. 8 consecutive defeats. And a loss to a guy like Chaz, if it's devastating enough, you know, can just basically turn out the lights on a guy's career. Never the same after that.
I have come to realize in the past, guys with bellies like that sometimes can fool you. I've seen heavyweights that were carrying what looked like some excess baggage around who could just put you right in the middle of next week. This is a youngster. McKnight. He's 22, and he's undefeated. And I don't know if Devito's got the kind of a punch can put him away. Gives him a little... What is that, the Cleveland version of the raspberry? Is that the Bronx cheer? McKnight is 6'6", and Devito is 6 feet tall. Boy, pretty good left hand, and Devito looks again as if to say, is that as good as it's going to be from you? Because it didn't hurt me. He hasn't thrown many punches in retaliation of any type. Takes a pretty solid right up on the forehead. Nice jab by McKnight. This is round 2. It's scheduled for 6. McKnight's put most of his guys away early, Rich. He hasn't gone the distance or 6 or 8 rounds, but just a couple of times.
Yeah, and he's got a nice record so far, but at this point in his career, building up a record, and I'm sure that they looked upon Mike Devito as a guy who they could just kind of add to the list, but Devito's not just falling down in front of him.
No. Deceptively tough. Either that or McKnight doesn't have as big a punch as you would suspect with a record of 18-0. Nice hands. Busy. He's landed some solid shots. Devito doing the Cleveland shottish as we come to the end of round number 3. They're having trouble keeping Devito in his corner.
I tell you, he landed a couple of shots there at the end.
He did indeed. All right, Forum Boxing is brought to you by Budweiser. Safe hands are a great way to reward yourself after the bout. Win or lose is with the clean, crisp taste of Beechwood aged Budweiser. Yeah, this Bud's for you. And by West Coast Detectives, transportation and protective service worldwide since 1922, headquartered in North Hollywood, California. Take another look at the closing moments of round number 2. Watch this. In fact, some of the best punches were thrown right after the bell. That's McKnight with a clubbing right hand, couple of lefts, comes back with a nice combination. Wakes DeVito up because he suddenly comes after him. They're whacking away, and Lou Filippo's trying to step between them.
Lou didn't like getting smacked with that right hand of DeVito.
Round 3 scheduled for 6 cruiserweights. Steve McKnight, Mike DeVito. McKnight up, bouncing. He's 6'6". Making his first appearance here at the Great Western Forum.
But good for DeVito. Well, it's good to see him just not fold up there in the second round. He got hit some pretty good shots. And he's going to make the kid fight.
able to take some pretty good shots in the process, though. Been hit in the midsection 2 or 3 solid shots. And he's catching a lot of overhand right. He's muttering to somebody, whether it's McKnight or to himself.
Yeah, he's talking, and he makes some really good mean faces, too.
Yes, he does. And flush from catching some solid punches from McKnight, they're even meaner. Yeah.
Filippo's taking the worst beating of anybody in this fight.
Lou was a pretty good fighter, you know, himself. He might just step in there and throw a hook or two. Back in his day, he could fight. Not at the cruiserweight division. Well, 195. Well, no, at 219, DeVito qualifies as a heavyweight, but and it's actually up to 200 pounds is a cruiserweight. So anything over 200 is in that heavyweight category. McKnight is, I think, probably going to grow up to be a heavyweight, don't you think, right?
Yeah, there's a headbutt with McKnight smacked DeVito in the head. He walked away, and Filippo wasn't buying it.
I tell you, DeVito seems to regard McKnight with utter disdain. Look at him, hands down.
He's thinking, hey, listen, I've been in there with Bobby, Chaz, and Ice Cole. You think I'm going to fall to a guy who comes from Laverne, Tennessee?
Look at him, he's wild out there. DeVito, he's catching everything. Let's go, he says to McKnight, and McKnight is more than willing to pop him every step of the way.
Well, another new hero born here at the Forum.
Now, Filippo's over there saying, listen, tell this guy that his fight is with McKnight, not with me.
Stop hitting me.
Mike, this bitch is like I'm not sick.
Yeah,
relax, deep breath, stay on the inside. Don't try to reach for the 6'6" guy's head. His body's right there. Too tall to keep reaching for. You hear?
Hands up.
We'll take another look back at the action in round number 3. DeVito says that he was butted right there, but it looked to me to be way down on the left cheek. I don't know what. See? Yeah, it was not. And besides, the little abrasion he's got reaches over his right eyebrow.
Yes.
And he was hit on the left cheek or even down toward the left side of his chin.
Yeah, Filippo just kind of said, yeah, I saw a big deal. Go ahead, fight.
Well, he's hit Filippo 2-3 times. Right. You think Lou's going to give him a nod out there? Come on. This is round number 4, scheduled for 6. Opponent for hire is how they've characterized Mike DeVito. He's a lot tougher than he looks, make no mistake about it. If McKnight can hit it all, and one assumes that McKnight can. He got 12 knockouts in 18 fights, all victorious. Not a blemish on his record. He's 6'6". DeVito is 6 feet.
He does some things well, like what we just saw there, Tommy. He snaps a pretty good jab, but I would say that his punching power is a little suspect to me. I mean, that knockout record might be a little pumped up.
He threw an overhand right, too, that a straight right, I should say, that caught DeVito flush on the jaw. DeVito lumbers after the younger fighter and misses him. DeVito's 33. McKnight is 22. I would think that maybe you're right about his knockout punching power, but he seldom throws just one punch, Rich. He throws, see, the left and the right. He's not content just to stick the jab out there and fall away with it.
Yeah, and he hits and then he steps to the side if his man crouches, and he tries to hit from a different angle. So he does, Keith McKnight, do some good things.
22. And guys at this weight and above 200, many times, develop like middle distance and long distance runners in their late 20s and early 30s.
It would appear to me, though, in terms of style and power and his build, Tom, I think he might be better served if he stays a cruiserweight. and to go up and really tangle with the powerful guys in the heavyweight division.
Good right hand lead. He's on target. He hit DeVito. He's not the most mobile of opponents, one would admit. We're in the 4th round. I'm sure McKnight on the cards has won the previous 3. Hassett, Lou Moret. Now they're stopping it.
The mouthpiece
out. And Carol Ortega are the judges here at ringside. Lou Filippo is the referee. Veteran of many wars of his own, and of course most of the Rocky movies. Huh? Round 4 coming to a close. Interesting. Lou has had many fights, was a great fighter. Probably is better known around the country for his appearances as the referee in the Rocky movies. Round coming to a close. McKnight having it pretty much his way. We'll be back.
Lou got hit in the mouth. Dead in the mouth that time, and it was McKnight.
Yeah. Lou Filippo again at the close of this round. A wild melee between these two, and Lou Filippo trying to step between them. Got hit right flush in the mouth.
I'm going to get paid if I have one more little bit of action like that, understand?
It was McKnight, actually, this time, who ended up clubbing Filippo in the mouth.
Nah, don't worry about it. You go out and fight. Of course,
I'm not getting paid.
Yes, sir.
I'm serious.
Yes, sir.
He hit you. This is what I said.
this other guy. All right, listen.
Filippo just said, if you hit me again, you're not getting paid.
That's right.
Okay? Don't get called.
Now watch. The bell is sounded. Now he's trying to break this up. Now watch him get nailed. Filippo's going to get hit right in the face. Right. Boom. Boy, I tell you, that made Lou mad. Boy.
That's the 3rd time he's been slugged in this fight. He's taken a worse beating than either one of these two fighters.
Well, we don't mean to make light of it. Lou's a great guy and a good official. And he's just having a terrible time out there with these two. And DeVito just hit McKnight with the best punch he's thrown tonight, a straight left. We're in round number 5. It's scheduled for 6. What a way to start the new year here at the Great Western Forum. Lou is giving these guys a wide berth, Rich Verrata.
Yeah. He's backed off a couple of feet.
That's right. If these guys fall into a clinch, he's going to phone in.
Yeah, he'll be giving verbal demands the rest of the way.
All right, let's break it up. Send them a telegram. I think if they had to call this a draw and have the winner named Lou Filippo, we go up and talk to Lou. The overhand right that McKnight hit him with was kind of cushioned by McKnight's own arm, his left arm. He kind of hit himself, and then he hit Lou all in one fell swoop. Lou Moret's over here laughing about it, but he could have been the guy assigned to this fight, too.
Pretty good right hand by DeVito.
Yeah.
Catches everybody by surprise, including McKnight.
He's hit him with a couple of good shots in this round.
DeVito actually has a chance to win a round here now, and he's getting encouraged.
Nice stiff jab thrown out there. Doubled up with the jab, McKnight did. DeVito taking a lot of solid shots thrown by the kid from Bern, Tennessee. This is round 5, scheduled for 6. Left to the face and a right to the body. Another left upstairs by McKnight. Good left hand. Another left, this time a hook.
DeVito more competitive in this round, but he's letting McKnight again take the play away from him. He had the first part of this round 1, but he's beginning to take a pummeling now.
DeVito gives kind of a new meaning to the term journeyman, don't you think? 33 years of age, Round coming to a close. Let's watch, see if the best part of the fight is yet to come.
Last round, baby.
I don't need you to lose a fucking fight like this.
I know. Last round. I want you to get through this last round. You understand? I want you to use your experience now. You understand? He's fighting a kid. He's throwing the right-handed tactical right now. Here? Mike, can you give me three? Yes, but can you give me 3, 4 shots downstairs? And then come up. Yes.
One more, let's go. Jump right in and throw 2 or 3 more. Last round, keep the hands up. Don't get careless. All right, deep breath. Deep breath. All right, last round. I want you sitting down on the stuff. Keep your hands up, okay? Keep your hands up. Watch for the wild.
Round number 6 for the first time in the fight, while round 5 ended without an extracurricular set of punches thrown, and Lou Filippo didn't get hit at all in the round. So here we are in round number 6.
There's some real interesting byplay in the corner of DeVito in that last between rounds there. Tom, he was apologizing to his trainer. He's saying, I'm not in shape. I'm sorry. I want to do better for you.
Yes.
And his trainer said, can you go out there and at least try to give me 3 or 4 good shots in this guy? And he said, yeah, I'll try.
He said, every time I hit him, I know I hurt him. But it was kind of an interesting vocal byplay between the two men, totally out of character with what you would expect from a guy that like DeVito, who looks like he's 20 pounds too heavy and maybe 10 years too old for this game, that type of thing. Interesting comment.
Yeah, there was some real sensitivity being displayed in the corner by the fighter.
Yeah, I want to do better for you. Indeed, you were right. An apologetic mood, statement of apology. The threat of that uppercut by McKnight brought a facial flinch from DeVito. McKnight bouncing up and down, moving around. DeVito kind of nailed to the center of the ring. 6th round. McKnight has had it entirely his way, and DeVito, I think by that facial expression gave you the indication he's as mad at himself as he is at anybody else.
He's just frustrated with himself, with his rustiness, what appears, missing what he perceives as openings.
That was a headbutt there. Their heads came together and banged. But I think you'll agree DeVito has got a very tough skull. He's taken some shots, including a headbutt there and flash of foreheads. Still no blood. Very slight abrasion above the right eye, above the right eyebrow in the forehead.
And Keith McKnight, to his credit, is doing what he has to do to win. He's been all business in there and just trying to jab and move and try to do the fundamental things right.
Got a nice jab, and he throws a right hand behind it. Pretty good left to the short ribs that sent DeVito into a stagger. Boy, that punch down there around the liver, that really hurts. That punch hurts. Not the one he was hitting him with there to the back of the kidney area. And DeVito all but hanging on his man. But that left hand right down there to the liver, that really gets your attention.
DeVito wants to last the distance here, but he's just about done.
10 seconds left. I think he's going to make it, to his credit. There it is. That's the bell. I think McKnight pitched a shutout, but DeVito did manage to go 6. We'll be back to get the official word, but first we'll pause for this message. Boxing is brought to you by Budweiser, and there's a lot more to come. So open a cold Budweiser and get ready with that clean, crisp taste that only comes from Beechwood Aging. Hey, this Bud's for you. All right, these cruiserweights have had at each other, and the crowd around here ringside at the Great Western Forum having some fun with Lou Filippo, and asked him, most of them saying, boy, you can really still take a punch, Lou. And he was all smiles and laughing. But it was an interesting 6-round go, no question about it. Jimmy Lennon Jr. is standing by. He's got the tally. Let's go to the center of the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 rounds of boxing, we have a unanimous decision. All 3 judges scored about exactly the same, 60-54. All 3 in favor of the winner, and still undefeated, Keith McKnight.
All right, McKnight, as we, and I'm sure you expected, a unanimous decision winner here over the guy from Cleveland, Mike DeVito. Fernando Paramo is up at center of the ring, and see if we can get McKnight to put his Tennessee Volunteer hat on. Maybe he can bring us up to date on whether Heath Schuler is going to be a great quarterback in the NFL or not. I don't know. Fernando, if you will, please, with McKnight.
Congratulations, Keith. This must be a tremendous victory.
Yes, first time in front of a big crowd. I was a little nervous, a little tender. You know, he outweighed me by 25 pounds. Had a lot of experience, but good learning fight.
Did you ever, were you ever in such a wild fight?
I've been in a couple, you know. Down in Tennessee, we have to fight like that, but, you know, come up here trying to keep my composure. But, you know, like Holyfield said with Bo, you can't let the guy get the last lick. You know, you got to get your respect.
What do you think? Did he surprise you at all, or was that what you were expecting from him?
Well, he surprised me when he come out to try to box. You know, I figured he'd be bullying in on me because he was so big. But, you know, I stuck to my game plan, move, stick the jab, try to work combinations, and everything turned out my way.
I think we have a replay. We might be going back to the... We're going back to Tom for a second. We'll be right back.
All right, Fernando. McKnight is an enterprising young man who says they fight like this a lot down in Tennessee. Watch Lou Filippo. Watch the right hand by McKnight now. Somewhat cushions the blow that hits Filippo right there. Lou catches that, and he really gets involved in this fight. All right. Here's Fernando again with Steve McKnight.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
Okay, thanks.
Tremendous victory.
Hi, everybody in Tennessee.
See if we can get Lou Filippo now. Oh, right here. Lou, was this one of the wildest fights you've refereed in a while?
I believe it was.
Tell us about...
They just didn't want to obey instructions, but they settled down after that 3rd round.
The first time it seemed like they didn't hear the bell, or you didn't hear the bell.
I heard the bell because I watched the red light go on. I knew I had 10 seconds. I listened for the bell, but they couldn't hear it. They were in a heated exchange.
We're going to take a look at the punch, one of the strongest punches in the night.
Get out of here.
Here comes another punch. Wow.
Well, neither one could punch.
Neither one can punch? After getting hit twice, neither one can punch?
Not really. They didn't hurt me. I mean, it was just...
Thank you very much, Lou. Back to ringside.